Hey Dib, I'm going to talk to you now about today about the time I went to Cancun with, two of my roommates, but I'll get back to that later. Anyway, so the idea of this was like the first year I started working at Shell in like the young professionals environment, and by the end of like the first year, me and my friends were like so bored in the workplace because we'd all been like doing awesome stuff for the summer. Like me and my friend Ian went to Southeast Asia, we were like backpacking across the subcontinent for like the entire like majority of the summer. My friend Brandon was off in Switzerland doing cool stuff like bungee jumping and stuff like that. But anyway, after the first year in the workplace, I was just like dying for vacation and dying to get back to that kind of like awesome ball of life. You can just like live your dreams. So we all planned a trip together to Cuba, which is the coolest place we think to go with like a week of vacation time, based on the fact that we'd heard stories that you could go there as an American if you were just crafty enough and just able to go. So if you're interested in hearing about this, you can also read this on my blog on talesfromthebucketlist.com. But it's not going to be the same story, so stay tuned because I'm going to tell you more about my time in Cancun. Anyway, when I arrived in Cancun, I had a full night before my friends arrived, or a full day before my friends arrived, because they didn't want to arrive the same day as me because they wanted to take off like a day later or something. So anyway, I got an extra day in Cancun, so that day I landed there, immediately started meeting people at the hostel. I was like, yo, what's up, what's the deal, what's going on, like what's the party scene like? And they all seemed like kind of quieter and like kind of lame. Just like, you know what, I'm just going to go out to Cancun by myself tonight and just like have a fun night. So after meeting like this Norwegian guy and talking for a bit, I was like, I'm just gonna take off and go to Cancun today. So I was wearing like this is gonna be important later, but I was wearing this like long sleeve like linen type shirt, like it's like a light, it's kind of like this colorish, but it's like I got it from like American Apparel or something like that. I forget where I got it from. It's probably somewhere else. But anyway, I was walking down the street and going from like bar to bar and checking out the scenes. After not too long, I stumbled upon a bachelorette party from like somewhere, because this is like something that's apparently pretty common in Cancun, which is cool. Also, I'm from New Orleans, or sorry, not from New Orleans, but I was born in Pittsburgh. But like when I travel, I travel from New Orleans, so like I like get the party culture because like I'm a local in New Orleans. Like it's kind of like I'm from New Orleans, but not that I'm a local. So anyway, I was traveling around along the Cancun like main strip. We had this one bachelorette party, and after talking to him for a while and like. I forget. We were all. I think at this point in time I had like 2 or 3 drinks, so I was like starting to feel. I met a lot of people and like talked to a lot of people by this point, just at different bars, but or not about anything, but just like shooting the shit or whatever. But by this point I was like fairly drunk and they were drunk too. So at some point they ended up taking off my shirt on top of the bar table, or top of the table in front of the bar, like in the middle of the like in the middle of the street, but like on the balcony. We're like and we're like doing a body shot off my body, or trying to do a body shot off my body, something like that. I forget what it was exactly. I think it was that, and one of our friends just dared her at the bachelor to take off my shirt because I don't know. Anyway, that happened. So I ended up. I forget I was going with the story. By the end of the night, I think they like pulled one of the buttons off my shirt or something like that. Maybe that was the reason why this stood out to me. I don't remember. Honestly, or maybe not. Maybe they just took it off and unbuttoned it. I don't know. Anyway, that happened. But that was just like one of the nights I can't keep it. I was like, this is like a pretty fun time. I feel like it's pretty fun. The girls get pretty wild here. It's gonna be like a fun place to hang out because I'm a wild guy too, so it can be cool. But anyway, that's the only night that I spent on Cancun. It's like one main party strip. So I ended up coming back to the hostel room or whatever. After I don't even know or remember how the night went from there. But anyway, it wasn't the worst night of my life, so whatever. But I will say this. Anyway, the next day, this is a complete game changer for me to tell you this story. I did go to see Chichen Itza because I had the one day. I was like, I'm gonna reserve something that's actually cool as part of a tour. So I reserved that for like one day. So I did like this tour, and on the tour I met this really hot black girl who convinced me, or not convinced me. We kind of just talked about it. I was like, we're going to the cenote. I was like, what if we was the cenote? I just did like I just jumped off one of the cable. I just like really jumped like off into the cenote. Like from like 50 feet or something like that. She's like that's pretty ballsy, man. Like, what do you think they let you do it? And I was like, I don't know, I've kept jumping before, so I can probably pull it off. So we like did this tour with like Chichen Itza, and like I got pictures taken in front of it, and like we did like all that kind of stuff. And then anyway, afterwards we went to the cenotes, and when we got to like the one where we went to they like let us go inside and like go down the stairs to swim. We like go downstairs, and as soon as we were going down the stairs, we like get to this one like overlook, and I just like ran out. She's holding my GoPro, and I was like, "You gotta get this on film though, because I want a video of this." So she ran down to the bottom and was like filming it with like the GoPro, and I like ran over to the balcony, just jumped off the balcony, and just like did the position and like went into the water, and afterwards, I like pop my head out and like shake my head off, and the guy, the person was like kind of stunned. They're like, "What's this kid doing? Like, what is this American doing?" But at the same time, I was like, "This can't be the craziest thing I've ever seen an American do down here in Mexico," because I'm sure they just get like a lot of like spring breakers in Cancun and they just do all kinds of wild stuff. So I don't know. But afterwards, the guy just came down there. I thought he was gonna scold me, and be like, "Hey, you can't do that, man. You can't jump off that balcony." And the just like, "Man, you gotta hurt yourself." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm glad you care. Thanks." But he's kind of trying to get it. Like, that was dangerous. I was like, "Okay, I'll keep that in mind." But I'm still gonna kind of keep doing stuff like this. But in my day now, I don't really do stuff like that anymore because I'm kind of like I'm older and like my body can't really take it so much anymore. I know this because I was running down Magazine Street today and I kind of like blew up my ankle, so I don't think I'm gonna be like running or exerting myself too much anymore. But anyway, that's just like a cool part of my life, or a cool fun time of my life back when I used to be like more of a party animal and used to do stuff more freely and spur the moment on weekends and stuff like that. So anyway, that was a good night in my life. That was the time I went to Cancun. And if you want to know how that story ended, the Cuba trip, the whole trip's written on my blog, and it's pretty well described. There's also a video of the whole thing. But we got back to Cancun. Me and my friends booked one night at a whole all-inclusive Cancun resort just because. It was the cheapest one I could find because we were all on budgets, or at least I was. And they did have the policy though, which was mandatory for me at least, all inclusive alcohol and all inclusive food, because I wanted to just be able to just get at least that much of the Cancun experience. So the entire time we were just like drunk and like tres más cervezas and tres más tequilas, and they just kept bringing us like more and more tequila and cervezas like the entire time. So they're getting like pretty blitzed out or pretty drunk on those. So anyway, that was a good time. But that's my story. This is about the time I went to Cancun. So I hope you liked it. Peace out. See you later.